Hello everybody and welcome to our third episode of 4 from the Tic Tac Toe series. In the first episode we went into all the functions and the global variables. In the second we made the whole main function, and today we are going to look in all the functions here in detail, except the computer move, because this is a little AI and I want to make a separate video with it. And to it we also look in the way where the code is going, because we finish our code and I can explain it with the running code. And let's not talk too much, let's start right away. First we are making our void instruction function, and with that we can actually write our code. We just want to write our introduction in here, and for this we make a character out and we just write in it, for example, welcome to my Tic Tac Toe game, and for example prepare to lose, because we play against the computer. And then we have to make some instructions for because you have to choose between ones and between 0 and 8, a number that he can choose a field. For that we say that make your choice choose a number between 0 to 8, and then we can make something a little like a vector, but it's not exactly a vector. We just make it in count character out. For this we copy that and we paste it in here, and we say here 0, and then we make a line, then 1, then a line, then a 2, and with that we have a little space holder, and then we can make a line in between to separate all of that, and we can continue with our 3, just that the player knows where to place his numbers for the game, because we're making it in the console and we cannot click into the console, so we have to make separate commands. And the last line is 6, 7 and 8, and we have to make this at the end, and now it works. And we can say for the end, let's begin. Oh, and we have to put them in our code. And the next function that we are looking into is the character ask yes or no, and we're going to copy that and we are pasting it in here, and in here we are making a new character and we call it response, and in that character or in that function we are making a do while loop, so we can have an answer and like so. And first we are creating a character out and then saying question, and then we want to say that we want to have the answer y or n, and with that we can finish that, and we can also no, it's okay, and with that we can say we want to write something in it, and we say response, and with that this should be fine, and then we finish our while loop and we say while response is not equal to y, and response is not equal to no, it should repeat the process, and with that we can just return response and we can finish our function like that. And now we go on to our next function. We go up again and we see it's the int ask number function. We copy that as well and we paste it down here. And the first thing we do is we delete this value to 0 and it should be fine. And in here we make a new do while loop, but first we create a new integer and it is the number, and now we make the do while loop. First we say character out, again the question is what we write in the function when we ask for the number, and then we want to say oh, we don't need them for this, low, and then we want just write that we want to have the number from low to high, and for this we are just making a little line here and then high, and with that it should be fine. We're just making the end here, and then we go further, we print, or we can write something in it, and we say we want to write the number, then we want to finish our while loop and we say as long number is bigger than high, or the number is actually smaller than low, it should repeat the loop. And with that we have our loop, and we can return our number. And now we can go to our next function. This will be here, the human piece. We copy that again, and we go here and paste it. And in here we want to decide whose figure we want to place first. It means the X or the circle, and for that we are making a character go first, we call it. And after that we say it's equal to ask yes or no, and in here we write our question, and in our question we say, do you wanna start first? And with that we can finish this. Oh, for that I have to put them in those, that it will work. And with that it is fine. And now we can make our if and else statement. For that we are creating an if with go first, and it is equal to y, and with that we can say return x, because we want to have, if we want to make the starter have the x. And we can also write a little text, and we can say, as we would speak from the computer perspective, good luck, you will need it. And then we can end this, and then we are coming to the else statement, and we can write return the circle, and for that we also write something, and we can write you push your luck very far, and we can end this. And with that we are finished with this function. And we go to our next function. It will be character opponent with a character piece. We copy that and paste it down here. Then we open our function, and we need an if statement, and if this if statement is equal to piece, we want to return the character, or if it's equal to the character x, yes, we want to return for the computer the circle. And the else, voila, and our else will be the other case, just return the X for the computer if we choose to go second. Now we are creating our vector, and for that we are going to copy our vector, copy and paste. And in here we are creating some character outs with the vector in it. And first we are going to make a backslash, and then also a slash, and then we continue and we copy that 6 times. We go into copy it and paste it. We need this 5 times, but for this we make a space, so the program or we have a little space in the console after we write it, and in here we don't need them, we just write it here. And then we need the board, and now the vector comes in place, and this is the place 0. We go on, and then we have here our line. That means we create this and our space, our line, and then again a space. Then our next board comes, and here is board 1, and then we go further. We have another line, and then our last one we have another board, and this will be board 2. And with that we can copy that and paste it here and here, and we can just change the numbers in here. We make a 3 out of that, 4 out of that, and here the 5. We have here 6, 7 and 8, and here we can make some lines. I think we needed 9, that it will be good for visualizing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we are making the same down here, and the code will be fine like this. With this we have included our vector because we made those brackets here, and it will notice that by itself. And I forgot that. Now it works. And I also forgot some more, and I just implemented it now. And with that we are coming to our most difficult function so far, the winner function, because we have to define when we have a winner. So I paste that, and now we are going to create a constant integer, and we call it winning rows, and we have 8 of them in total, and we have 3 of them in one line, and we set them equal to, and I copied them before, and those are those 8 combinations that we have that are available. And if one of them will be true, we will write a code later that it says this is the winner. And after that array we are making another constant integer. We are calling it total rows, and we need this for our next code, and we make it equal to 8 because we have 8 total rows in total, and we mean all that here, all these rows. And now we have to create a for loop, and in this for loop we are creating a new integer. It's called row, and row is equal to 0, and as long row is smaller than the total row, it should add +1. And in this for loop now we are creating an if statement. We have to make 2 brackets because we have multiple values, and we say the board, so we have the x and the circle integrated that it can look if it's 1, and then we have to make those for our array that we have created. We write in it winning row, winning rows, and then we can say it is from row, that means this row here, and it is from the line 0, and if this line is not equal to empty, it will be true. And now we continue. We can put them here, and we have to make the and here. We need new brackets, and we copy that here. We copy it and we paste it in here, and we set this equal to, and we paste it again in here, and we set this to 1 because now it looks if this row is equal to the second row. And now we have to do it for the second and the third row, and we say and then we make brackets again. If it's, we go a little bit on this side, if it's row 1 equal to row 2, it will work. And we end this, and we can actually return that, to board row 0. And why do we return 0 or this board winning rows row 0? Because it will be equal to x or the circle. We could also write here 1 or the row 2, because if it's true it will be x or circle. And now we have to make another if statement, and in this if statement we have to write a command called count, and with that we can say from the board begin to the board and look if there anything that's empty, and if this is equal to 0, there is all the places are full in this case. That means return us a tie. And now the very last thing for the winner function is if nothing else is true, the code should return no one. And this just means it continues. And we have no winner yet, and we also have no tie. And now we can go on to our next function. This will be our bool is legal. And for this we copy that and we paste it down here, and like this, and we even make it in line, so it will be in line with the command that if it's needed, that it will directly be executed. And then we make our function, and in here we just say return to board, and then we have from our array, or from our vector, we defined every place with move from our main function. Before we defined move, that every place in our vector is equal to move. That means from 0 to 8, and if it's equal to empty. So if you want to choose a number that is not in move, it will say it is illegal. And this is what we do now with our next function. And this will be here human move. With this will also be our last function, because I leave computer move and announce winner for our last video. And we copy that and we paste it down here, and in it we create a new integer and we call it this move that has our numbers from our vector, and it is equal to ask number. And with that we have a question that we can place in here, and for number we ask which place do you wanna choose. And after that we can also say for our board size that we wanna have board size is -1 is the high number. And we can define it like that because we have here defined on ask number that we can first add a question and then a high integer, and this counts as our high integer. And now we create a while loop, and as long it is not equal to is legal and the values are move and board, it will just repeat it. So That means if the place is full, so there is already an X somewhere, you cannot replace this place and it will ask you again to write something. And now we quickly to place that up here without that and make a little order and place them on the correct place. Then we can create this, and in here we can say character out and say this place is already occupied, and then we can just say this again, copy and paste it down here, and with that we can choose another number again, and when the while loop does not continue we can just character out something different, and for example just fine. And after that we can return our value move back. And now that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it or learned something watching it, and tomorrow we continue with the algorithm, or not algorithm, with the little AI that we create for the computer, and we finish our code, and I will also explain all the code, where it goes and everything, and we will see us tomorrow, and I say bye.